Hey guys, this is Vinai Prakash. Today I am going to tell you how to communicate clearly and effectively. You see, most of our time we are communicating with colleagues, with management, with team members, with family members. You are always in constant communication, whether it is written or oral, verbal, formal, or informal. We are always communicating. You are telling people things to do. You are negotiating things with your colleagues, with vendors, with employees, with everyone. Yet, most of us get stuck in communications. Why are there so many problems in communication? We communicate things clearly, but yet we find that most of the time, the things that we have told to our colleagues, to our managers, or to our team members, they have not gotten it correct. They misunderstand, they misinterpret, or simply miss the point. And we always tend to keep blaming them as if they are not understanding, they are pretty nuts, we really don't get it. So, what is the problem? Where is the issue happening? What is lacking in your communication? Today, we want to solve this issue by understanding how do we communicate, what are the key challenges in communication, and what are the best ways to communicate clearly and effectively. Let's get started. I am Vinay Prakash, and today I am going to share this with you. Most of us, we are communicating in meetings, discussions, through emails, through proposals, through memos, formal and informal, with colleagues, with clients, with vendors, bosses, and family members. With so much communication with the different parties, how come you are not getting it right? So the key challenges are that we make certain assumptions. We assume that the other person understands, is at the same level, and just get it. In fact, many times we also ask them, did you get it? And they immediately reply, yes, of course. That's because nobody wants to admit that they didn't get it, that they are the idiot or they somehow couldn't understand your point. So, like it or not, whether they understood it or not, many people falsely claim to have understood the things. And we shouldn't ever make an assumption that they have really understood it. A second problem in communication is when everyone wants to talk at the same time. People just keep barging in. Everybody is looking for an opportunity to start their discussion, to start talking, and they are not really listening to the point at stake. They are rehearsing in their mind what they are going to say. The third issue that happens is avoiding the difficult conversation. Nobody likes to have difficult conversations. Of course, we want to have great relationship with our different team members, family members, colleagues, and vendors. So when it comes to touchy issues, problems, we tend to avoid them. We want to say it, but we don't say it correctly or completely, or we don't even say it at all. We try to imply in such a way, hoping that they will get it, but really they don't. They often get the wrong message or they understand and interpret it completely wrong. So, how do we fix all these problems? Well, I cannot solve all the problems for you, but I can give you a couple simple tips that will help you fix some of the issues that you face and pave the way for better communications. To do this, I want you to understand what is communication. And in this, I want to show you that there is a sender, which is you, and the person you are communicating with is the receiver. Most of the time, people think that communication means one-sided. I tell you what to do and you simply do it. But this is not communication. Communication is never one-sided. Communication is only successful when the sender sends the information to the receiver and the receiver then decodes it. Because our communication it's not just the words. Communication is less verbal and more in terms of the body language, in the tone, in the way you say it. So the way you say it and the words are kind of encoded and sent to the receiver. The receiver then needs to decode them and then interpret what you are trying to tell. But what happens is in most of this communication, they don't get it 100%. Some of the communication is lost. Not because you are not a good communicator. It could be the inability of the receiver in receiving the information. But whatever it is, the fact that they did not get it does not mean it is all their fault. Partly the fault lies with us as well. So how do we communicate if this is going to be lost in the ether? So one of the simplest rules is when you communicate, whatever you say, let the other party understand it, give them some time, and then ask them what they have understood. Ask them to repeat or ask them their understanding. And when they explain it to you, you will often find that they missed out certain points. And then you can clarify and complete the message. Doing this a couple times can ensure that the message which originally was only 30 or 40% received is now improved to 70 to 80%. And with little more time and energy spent in communication and clarification, your communication will become better. They will understand it better and you will also have the clarity that they have really understood it. It is better to have this understanding in the beginning rather than when they have done all the work completely wrongly. So, a stitch in time saves nine. And for communication, it is our responsibility, our job to make sure that they have understood it. We cannot blame them if they didn't get it. We should blame ourselves if they did not get it. So, to have a better, clear, and complete, more effective communication, first communicate, then clarify and make sure that they have understood it clearly. Ask them what they have understood, how they plan to do this. And when they come back to you, then you can correct it if they missed out anything. Just by doing these simple things, you can avoid miscommunication, assumptions, and wrong interpretations. I'm sure with doing these simple things, your communication will improve and you will become a better communicator. Please do this and let me know how you liked it. If you enjoyed this tip, do like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please write a comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All the best.